the faces at the back. And we are going to start with our last skill, which is going to be writing. But before that, there's going to be two things that I need to tell you. That the first one is going to be the afternoon registration at the back for those who haven't signed your name, so please do so. And then the second one, before you leave after this at 4:30, or we could be early. Okay, at 4:30, please make sure there is no empty bottles and paper cups, and also tissue. Use tissue. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic to Dr. Azli now.
All right, thank you, Puan Fatin. Welcome back, although not everybody's back. Okay, sharp at 2. All right, we have done successfully how many components? 3, 4. I thought I lost count. Okay, we have successfully completed 4 components. This morning we have covered grammar and vocabulary, and just before lunch you managed to do reading. Okay, so do you now see why I asked you to take the interval before reading? Okay, it's very tiring on your eyes when you have to read lines. Correct? When you do speaking, you don't see that length of words or sentences. Neither you do that for listening. Grammar is very short ones. Then when you come into reading, the demand is more for you to concentrate on the screen, because you have to read through the paragraphs. Okay, so before you do that, it is advisable for you to take an interval. So when you see the screen, you are fresh. Okay, fresh start before you go into I would consider a heavy component. Now, based on your experience just now before lunch, how long do you actually need to take reading? Confidently lah. Do you really need 1 hour? What was the fastest time you made? You did 2 practices, remember? Okay, what was the fastest time you made? Fastest time with the most correct answers. Not fastest time with the most incorrect answers. How much time do you actually need? Half an hour? 35? More or less. Okay, or maybe tops 45 minutes. Yeah. So we have had candidates who did not actually utilize the 60 minutes for reading, and it's fine, provided that you must ensure you have completed all the items, all the questions, and you have checked them through. Okay, check them through so that you don't make silly mistakes. Okay, remember the flag button, the flag icon. You can do that with reading as well. So you are able to go back to the previous questions, read them through. But in testing, one tip is, when you are already determined that that's the answer, the moment you change, it becomes an incorrect answer. So at times, don't question your instinct too much unless your instinct is justified. Okay? If you happen to recheck your answer and it is justified that there is a need to change, then you change. If your first instincts are often, I would say 75% accurate. Okay? Like what you did for grammar and vocabulary. So if there is a need for you to actually change your answer, please do so. Justified. Otherwise, just follow through. Okay. So now we have come to the last component. Doesn't mean that you can go and not come tomorrow, yeah? Tomorrow still is a workshop day. We have come to the last component, last workshop lah, last component. And before we start, I got some questions for you. Before this, we have been playing the video and you just listen, right? Let's have a purposeful listening activity. Okay, so I have actually constructed a few questions or statements there in which I would like you to fill in as you are listening to the video for writing. Okay, so can you screenshot this so that you can refer to it? All right, screenshot it before I move on to the QR code for writing. Just screenshot as a point of reference. Are you good to go? All right. Yeah. Okay, cameras down. Okay, next. This is the video. All right. Now at your own time, but don't take too much time. This is just a very short video. Listen to it and answer the questions or the statements that have been prepared for you. Okay, can you do that now? If you are not able to, can I have facilitators to help bring around the QR code sets for them to scan? Okay? What's the first one? Okay, 45 minutes. Second? 3 parts. The third one? Fourth? 5? Okay. 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 Speak to the word limit. Okay. You have listed more than 3. Thank you. All right. Number 6. How many stimulus? 1 stimulus. It gives you notes with an additional stimulus. Right? Okay. 7. Okay. 120 to 150. A lot? Easy? Not many to write. Easy, right? Last one? 180 to 220. Okay. How about part 1? Just because I didn't ask the question, you did not. How many? 30 to 40 words. A lot? A lot of words to write? Easier? Depends. If you love to write a lot, it's a problem. Right? If you're not specific, it's also an issue. If you're not concise, you like to go around the bush, start going straight to the point. Okay? All right, good. So we've covered about what the whole test is. Okay, so there are 3 parts: social media instruction, email, and finally, what's the last one? Part 3 is a article, an online article. All right, so if you look at the word limits, they are very specific and they know what they need. They only want a sample based on the task given. How many words does an SPM student have to write in a free essay writing? Minimum. Minimum 480 ke 350? SPM. Who's from secondary school? 250. Okay. Anywhere, any of these tasks, 250? Any of the 3 parts here meets a 250 requirement? No. The highest is only 220. You are writing less than what an SPM student are supposed to write. Okay. All right. Then you have 45 minutes. This is the weightage. All right. So which one do you think is C2 equivalent? Which one will be C2 equivalent? Part 3, C1, part 2, B2, B1. B1 when you don't comply to B2 lah. All right. So the question in terms of its progression, you target, you must score well for your part 2. Part 1 is just to warm you up. Can you see the progression of words as well? You start with 30, 40. But if you accumulate 30, 40 per question in part 1, what would be the total? 100? Isn't that the requirement for part 2? You see how the test is helping you? It builds you up. It does not just give you a task with a very big demand. It brings you up, it progresses you, it gets you warm up to write responses between a certain number. And as you accumulate, you are now ready for the next part, the next task, which is fulfilling the same requirement but in a complete sense. Okay, so from 30 to 40 in part 1 times 3 is already 120, right? 150 to 100, sorry, 90 to 120. Then when you reach part 2 is 120 to 150. Then it bills you a little bit more, 180 to 220. So it's very nice. The build up is really nice in terms of getting you ready for the next task, rather than throwing you into the ditch of wanting you to write 150-word report, for example. So that is why the social interaction question is the easiest to score. Yeah, I know. You repeated my word, easiest. It's the easiest part to score because the requirement is a B2. And don't tell me you cannot even meet a B2. Right? Okay. Okay, let's look at the formality. If you look at responses, oh, sorry. Press the wrong one. I wanted to press the pointer. Okay, it starts with something that is not so informal. Social media, is it formal? No, it's semi-formal. All right, because you're interacting not with your closest friend. That can be very informal, but you're talking to a person from a community. Okay, it can be an association, it can be a club, it can be a group of people who share the same passion. All right, but there is some kind of casual tone to the writing. Then from casual, you move to, what's the second part? You move to formal. And finally, a mixture of both. All right, in the website article or online article. Okay. So this is the suggested time. So for part 1, you remember the timer on the screen that will be there. Look out for the time. Do not exceed it. As much as possible, do not exceed it, because it will result to you having lesser time for the other questions. So when you do part 1, try to work within that 10 minutes. So if 10 minutes, 3 questions, how much time do you have? About 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes per question. Moving on to part 2, you will have another 15 minutes. Okay, and part 3, your final production of or piece of writing, which is 20 minutes. Now, many candidates happen to spend more time here. They naik short. Dia naik short because there's the longer pieces of writing, right? So they naik short, they macam so engrossed, and they will spend like 25 to 30 minutes there. What happens if you do that? How much time do you have for the last part? If you spend about 25 minutes for part 2, how much time is left for part 3? 10. Can you write an article with an introduction with at least 2 points and a conclusion in 10 minutes? Anybody here who is still typing single finger? No, ah? Tak ada, ah? You know single finger? I think by now teachers are already having more fingers on the keyboard rather than single finger. Okay, so you are going to be competing here and here, right? And you need to synchronize that as well. Sometimes here is faster than here. Here is faster than here. Okay, so you need to sync that as well. So 10 minutes, complete paragraph, intro, 2 points, conclusion. Enough? Not enough. So the moment you submit a incomplete article which is hanging, you do not see a C anymore. It falls into B. Because a C means you have a complete set, a complete writing of that. Whether it's good or bad, that's different, but it's a complete piece. Okay, so you need to make sure you allocate enough time for you to do that. This is not inclusive of your planning, right? When you go into the question, you have to start planning as well, unless you just type in whatever you have in mind. Okay, it is also possible. Some people will just type first and later do addition. They do the editing, sorry. They do the editing. But sometimes you don't have time to edit if you do not manage it well. Okay, all right. So coming back, this is written. Okay, these are the areas that are being assessed. So is it anywhere different than the other 4 components we have done? Is it the same? Same, right? Fully on topic, is it the same for speaking? Yep. Appropriate register, yeah, the right word, the right lexical, right? Okay, if you're talking to an authority, do you talk as if you're talking to a friend? No. So then you need to maintain certain register and also the tone of the language as well. Okay, grammar construction, similar to speaking? Similar? Not similar. The same? Does speaking requires grammar accuracy? Yes. Vocabulary, the same? Yes. Grammar, structure, spelling, punctuation. Okay, for writing, you have additional. You have punctuation. Okay? Now, if you are not confident of using certain punctuation, for example, all your life you've never used colon. Don't use colon on the test day. Okay? All your life, you don't even know how to use, you're not sure within the semicolon or is it semi or colon. You know, these are the normal ones that you rarely use. Full stop and commas are common. Question marks are common. All right? But those in which you rarely use and sometimes you doubt yourself whether it's correctly used. Try not to use. Okay? Avoid that. Don't get yourself into the adventurous. Okay? No, you can be adventurous, but don't resort to something that's gonna, you have to pay for it. Right? Okay, spelling. Okay, this one has spelling. For speaking, you don't have spelling, right? For speaking, you have pronunciation. So if speaking is for pronunciation, writing is your spelling. So spelling should not be any issue. Correct? Cohesive devices runs through everything, right? Speaking also got you have cohesive devices. The same for writing. Okay. There is an additional construct or additional descriptor for part 3. Okay, part 3 is the only one has an additional element that you need to fulfill. If you are able to produce an article which is informative, you come under C1. But if you are able to address both, if you are able to comply to both interesting and informative, you go up to C2. Okay, so it depends on what your goal is. Go lah for C2. All right, it gives you more chances. All right. Okay, common mistakes. What do you need to avoid? Just now you had tips, right? What was one of the tips? Don't go off topic. There. Try to use accurately, right? Okay, write accurately. Writing too much. What's the word limit again for part 3? Maximum? Okay. Now, on your screen, in the test, they will have a word count. a word counter. And the word counter does not comply to this word limit. That is where you need to control. Just because you can continue typing doesn't mean that is the word limit, okay? For example, like if your limit is 220, they will actually allow up to 250. But that is to test you whether you are able to concise your writing. Okay? And the danger of writing too much is making more errors. So write according to the requirement. Okay? Variety of structures, and please write in sentences and paragraphs. I had participants asking me, can I write in point form? Nama pun writing component. And part 3 has already given you the notes. Don't tell me notes, I give you notes. All right, so it has to be in a form of sentences. Then only we can see whether your grammar structure is correct, whether you have done correct paragraphing. Paragraphing has a purpose. Why is it in different paragraphs? Can a one-liner be a paragraph? Can a one-liner be a paragraph? Yes, but not as a point lah. Okay, as a conclusion. Right? Or even as an introduction because of the word limit. Okay? Okay, so these are some of the cohesive devices. I'm sure you are well aware of all these. Nothing new, right? You might have more in your storage. Okay? All right, so part 1. Let's try part 1. Before we start all these exercises under writing, I would like to request for you to download Write and Improve first. Have had an account with Write and Improve? No. Okay. Can you open your Google? Type in Write and Improve. It's under Cambridge. Okay. Write and Improve. You know Write and Improve, yeah? WRITE and improve. Let me show you. This one. This one. Okay. Now, if you have not signed in before, if you do not have an account, can you create a profile? Click on create a profile. It will bring you to this page. Okay. Like I have already an account, so you will automatically come here. If you have not, you create a profile. It can be any of your email. It does not have to be your working email. It can be your personal email as well, as long as you remember your password. If you forget your password, I cannot help. Okay, so you fill in the details. All right, put there, I am a teacher. Okay, your address, your password, accept the terms, and you can continue. It will bring you to the platform or the profile, to the what do you call that? The workbooks. Yeah. So get yourself signed in first. Once you accept, they will require you to sign in because they have registered you, created your profile, then you sign in. You sign in with the email that you have registered with and the password that you have. If you're working on your own laptop, you can remember this password so you don't get, you don't always key in the wrong one. Okay. Huh? So when you sign in, it will bring you here And it will tell you here, welcome, whatever your name is. Okay, when you sign in, you must make sure that your name appears at the profile. Okay? Anybody with issues that need help? Yes, write and improve. Cambridge, write and improve. Even if you put write and improve, it will appear. It's this greens. Yeah, I already signed in, so you appear the same thing. Okay. This is one of the Cambridge website, which is very useful for you to try out writing, and it allows, it provides you your CFR level. You can submit your entry, and it will tell you your CFR level based on your submission. Okay, so this is one of the applications that we also recommend for teachers to use, not only with your own progress, you can also use this with your students. Yeah, you can assign them with an essay to do, and then they can actually do it at their own time, and they can actually check whether they have met the requirement. For example, if you're teaching primary and you want to see if your students are already at A1 level, you can give them a short essay title, and when they write and key in and see whether the feedback says that they are CFR A1 or not. Okay, so the same goes for secondary. If you want to know if your students have already achieved B1 level, you can also do the same. All right, so it's a very useful application or website to assist teachers in writing. Okay. Okay, are you done? All right, so put that aside. Just keep that tab aside. We will focus back on part 1. Sorry. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, we have 3 questions for part 1, right? And we need to answer all the questions. You cannot go off topic. Off topic, that means you are not responding to the task. They ask you A, you give A plus B plus C plus D. But A is only like 1%. So you're not responding to the question. All right. Spelling and punctuation, it has to be cohesive and coherent as well. Okay. So this is the marking scale for C1. So what will qualify you to a C1? So in order for you to get C1, you must first respond to all the questions. If you miss any one, you don't get C1 automatically, because the other questions may not top up the requirement of that part 1. Okay. You must demonstrate or showcase a complex grammar construction. That means you must have simple, complex. I wouldn't say that you need to showcase compound, but more importantly, simple and complex. Yeah. Punctuation. Now at C1, you should not have any of this error. No punctuation, no spelling error. They don't tolerate that. So spelling has to be accurate. Punctuation must be appropriately used. Okay. However, here vocabulary as well. You must maintain a good use of vocabulary, accurate use, and also showcase a range of cohesive devices. Remember what I said yesterday? If you use the cohesive devices, don't use the same one within the same response. Vary them. Okay? Vary them in your responses. Okay, now for part 1, the question is very simple. It's very straightforward. What makes you higher than B1 or higher than B2 is your response. If your response is able to comply to those marking scales, therefore you qualify for your level. Okay, so questions can be very simple, but how you respond will determine whether you meet the requirement of the level. Okay, so don't go over the limit. That's always a disclaimer whenever we conduct this. Okay, let's look at the first one. First example. Okay, now you're a member of a cooking club. Anybody do not know what cooking is? Okay, just in case. All right, you're in the club's chat room. Anybody here do not have WhatsApp? You know how to chat? I'm sure because I've seen some of you chatting already. Okay, as I was going around, I know some of you are on the chat. Okay, the other members will ask you a series of questions. Do you receive questions when chatting? Yeah, so anything abnormal? No. Something that you do routine, right? Okay. You should answer all the 3 questions to the best of your abilities. You have 10 minutes in total. Answer all 3 questions. Okay, these are the 3 questions from one sample. Okay, let's look at the questions. This is by Stella. This chat only involves one person. Who? Stella. So this one, you only communicate with Stella. You don't communicate with more than one person. But you are also, you might be asked by more than one. Okay, you might have people, 3 different people asking 3 different questions. Okay. All right, first, hi, hello. I see you're new to our club. I've been a member for nearly a year now. Why did you decide to join? Huh? It's a chatting lah, chat. Tapi no SMS language, huh? All right. Remember, it's a writing component. So, I know you like your LOL, OMG, apa lagi ya? Apa? I couldn't keep up. Numbers and later. I see you later. L8R. Something like that. I cannot. Can lah, can try lah. I say cannot, but you want to try, you want to be adventurous, most welcome. All right. Okay. So, why did you decide to join? Is it a very difficult question? No, right? You just have to tell the person why you're joining this club. Although you're not joining, but you imagine that you're joining. Okay? And it's a cooking club code. What can be so difficult explaining why you're in a cooking club? What can be a response? Huh? My husband forced me to join this club. My dishes has been so horrible that he couldn't stand it anymore. Can that be an answer? Yes. Because I'm getting ready to be married. So I need to, sharpen my skills in cooking so that I can always satisfy my future husband's tummy. Nothing wrong with that, right? The marking scale, the marking scale scripted what you need to answer? No. As long as you respond. Okay? And it reflects you. It's not asking about Bengkel, Stephanie. It's asking you. So you answer lah. Right? Why are you in this club? So, relate to your own personal self. Manalah tahu memang related pun kan. I need to improve my cooking. My husband has already reprimanded me so many times. Okay. Alright. So, just answer within. Tapi janganlah tulis cerita panjang lebar. Macam meluahkan perasaan. Macam kena sangat dengan diri macam tu. Tapi remember 30-40 words je Alright. Okay. So, what dishes do you enjoy cooking? My signature dish is fried egg. Not even omelette. fried egg topped with onion and sliced chilies. Ah, does the dish have to be very bombastic in nature? No. Sprinkle some soy sauce on the top. Served with hot rice. Sedap pula kan? And serve with TLC. Now don't say TLC, tender loving care. All right? Do you answer the question? Since I only know how to cook eggs, so my signature dish will always be fried egg, topped with, sprinkled with, use lah all this C1, B2, C2 words. Janganlah. Fried egg, and then you put onion, then you put soy sauce, then you put. Itu level student kita. Alright? Up sikit. Alright? Okay. Apparently, the club is going to start posting members' favorite dishes on the website. What do you think of this idea? Huh? What do you think of this idea? At first instinct, what would you say? Oh, that's excellent. Tulislah, that's excellent. Tak payahlah fikir terus-terus sangat nak kata excellent ke, fantastic ke, great ke. Oh, that's awesome. I think that would be a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. Can you do that? Yes. The requirement is for you to respond to the question. So if you feel that it's not a good idea, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, some people have secret recipes that you don't like to share. So if you start sharing secret recipes, we won't have any more secret recipe outlets. Can. So it's your choice to how you want to respond to the question, provided that you comply to the, remember the constructs just now? The requirements. Okay, so I want you to try. Can try or not? Okay, I want you to type it. Tak nak you tulis. Alright, I want you to type the answers for Stella. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Within 30 to 40 words. Open a Word document. Alright, open a Word document. Why Word document? Because you can actually select and check whether it's 30 to 40 words. Right not? You can do a word count. So question 1, question 2, question 3. Write your responses. Don't use mine. I don't want the fried egg. Huh? Use your own response. And I'm giving you only 10 minutes. 10 minutes pun dah lama. Kejap je. Okay. The question, when it appears on the screen, there is a space, writing space for each of the question. It's not together. It's separately. So you have to key in your document separate. It's not lumped into one. Yeah? They are separate. If you're working on your phone, put it in your notes. No notes. Okay, key it in your notes so that later I want you to copy and paste it somewhere. I didn't. After this, I'll time. This one, warming up. Remember, you are chatting with Stella, someone you just met online. Context is not formal. For all three, yeah? Respond for all three. Yes. Okay, when you finish, can you count how many words you have? Yes. No emojis. You can't make emojis anyway because whatever that's on the keyboard cannot. No emojis. Only sentences. Pardon? 60 words? Cannot. 30 to 40 words only. Huh? For each question, 30 to 40 words. Not accumulative lah, darling. Ayo, I said that just now. Each question, 30 to 40 words. If let's say the first question, your one line is already 30 words, that means too long. Huh? 15? 15. 15 and 30. What does it say about you as a candidate? They give you 30 to 40. So your minimum is 30. Your maximum is 40. So if you give less, then it would not be enough to sample your language. Okay? And if you only write 15, that means there's only one line. So one line is only what? One simple sentence? The word there is a range of sentences, isn't it? So at least one simple, one complex. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. No need. You can just omit, Stella. You just go straight to your answer. I love to cook. I enjoy cooking. My favorite weekend dishes is. I'm giving all your phrases already. Okay. Since I'm only able to cook during weekends, my all-time favorite would be, you see, words like that, all-time favorite, my signature dish. Use these words. Yes. But then, okay, like they have. Can? Because this is conversational. But when you go into formal writing later on, part 2 and part 3, you don't use that. Okay? It's up to you. If you don't want the word enjoy, then you don't have to say the word enjoy. You say, my, like what I gave just now, my signature dish is, but I'm still responding to that question, right? Since I cook only on weekends, what I love, instead of the word enjoy, I love. So you don't need to pick on the same words in the question. This one you can be adventurous. Okay? Play with words. Yes? Yeah. But it's referring to second question, yeah? What dishes do you enjoy cooking? So if you're talking about yourself, uh-huh. You use again Dante words. Okay. Can. Can. Those are names of pastas, right? Or names of dishes. Ah, okay. All right. Or I'm an expert in French cooking, for example. Do you answer that question? Do you what you enjoy cooking? Yeah, I'm an expert of French cooking. Therefore, I love to serve what? See, instead of using the word enjoy, I love to serve. I love to bake. I normally bake pastries, and that is my specialty. Oh, many ways of going around this. But you only have 10 minutes, yeah? Yes. No need. It's how you chat. Macam mana you chat? For question one, tak payahlah. Last but not least, you're not representing a point. You're responding to a chat. Okay? You don't have to start with firstly, I enjoy cooking, bake pastries. Lastly, no need. We're chatting kan? Yes. Okay. Can the response includes asking Stella another question? Is there a requirement there? No. You'll be wasting words. All right. So focus on responding to the question. Unless it is an interactive one. Here it's not interactive. All right. Stella throws you a question, you answer. Okay. Someone throws you a question, you just answer. What you can do is, if you have if you want, but I don't really recommend that, you can say like, I enjoy cooking big dishes and all that. I hope you like that kind of dishes too. Boleh lah, tapi you're wasting words. You're not fulfilling it. You see? So make full use of the words available. Available words, yeah? 30 to 40. Okay, are you done with all the three parts? Three questions? Okay. Now, can I have you to go back to Google? Okay, you go to Google and you type in text analyzer. This one. Text analyzer, road to grammar. Okay. Now, remember I asked you to type on document? Copy that. Copy one by one. Don't copy all three. Copy the first answer. Paste it here. Submit. Okay, copy the answer, paste it on that in that box and submit. Okay, what does it tell you? Huh? What? B1. Okay. Ah. Okay. Now, in the list, in the response of that level, they will tell you certain words, right? So those are the words that you might need to improve on to increase the CFR level. Okay? Maybe change the words. Use a more, use EVP to find out. Come then? Complexity. Look back into the word, into CFR. Check whether complexity is a C1 or A2. Again? Word complexity. Uh-huh. No, there's a different level. What I normally read is just this and this. That's good enough. All right. Now, in text analyzer, they have a lot of information. My focus is just on the level and the words that they suggest. All right. So the suggested words are the words that you might need to improve on. Okay. Interesting? Okay, check your second answer. See if they are better than your first one. Huh? C2. Okay, good. I got a C2 already. Remember, this is just for language, not for task. Huh? This is just to see whether the language you use is of that level. Okay, so if you get C2, C1, that means the language you use is already that level. Task fulfillment is another thing. Okay, task fulfillment, I believe you won't go wrong, but you need to know where are you at the moment. Yeah, still in the hall. Yeah, for now, still in the hall. Okay, once you're done with second question, do the third one. Copy the third one, put into text analyzer and see where you are. Okay? You can still improve it if you want. Okay. All right. So, something interesting? Yeah. So, it gives you an indication. It may not be 100% accurate. Yeah, it might not be 100% accurate, but it's not so far off. Yeah. So we have quite a number of such website available. So this is one of those that we normally use with our participants. Yeah. Okay, this is a sample response. How you might want to answer. Okay. Hi, I'm excited to be here. I decided to join the cooking club to enhance my culinary skills and explore new recipes. I also love the idea of sharing experiences and connecting with fellow cooking enthusiasts. Okay? Nama pun cooking club. Kan? So you want to be connecting with people. Kan? All right. This is how you can answer for the first part. Want to look at the second one? Of course lah kan. Camera ready? All right. So what dishes do you love or enjoy cooking? You see how they respond? I take pleasure. Is that enjoyable? That's another way of saying enjoying, right? Apart from I love, okay, I take pleasure in cooking a diverse instead of variety. You have array of dishes with a particular passion. But particularly, I love to do what? With a particular passion for pasta, for example. Experimenting with various sauces to elevate flavor. Untuk menaikkan rasa. Right, elevate flavors. Additionally, I relish. Look at the words. Yeah, I relish the opportunity to try new recipes for baked goods. Baked goods tu apa? Baking lah. Right? pastries, cakes, and the kitchen truly becomes a canvas of my creativity. Huh? Yelah, this is example. All right. I can stop here. Can? I can stop at flavors. All right. But try to come out within that range. Okay. Okay, last one. So I think you're responding right. You say, what do you think about it, right? I think showcasing members' favorite dishes is a fantastic idea. Not only fosters a sense of community, but also allows us to share culinary inspirations. See the words. Encourages others to try new recipe. Do you think this response is similar to the first response? Can, but it's written a bit different, isn't it? It's a wonderful way to connect. See the word connect here? All right? Is used differently within the context. So that will increase the CFR level of the word. Okay. Get the idea? Now you know what to do? Doable? Doable with practice. I don't expect you to tomorrow to sit for the test. Tomorrow testing je. Okay? But is it doable? Can you see now how you can go around it? Cannot see. Still blur. Can see. Some people are giving me blank stare. Okay? With more practice, you will be able to do it marvelously. Okay? All right. I think I'll stop here and I pass to Dr. Mimi for part 2. Enough for part 1 lah. Okay. Warm up je because part 1 easy peasy. Orang panggil apa dah? Kacang. Alright. Part 2, part 3 we would like to focus more because that is the one that gives you the highest one. Yeah? Okay, back to you Dr. Mimi.
So how do you feel so far? Interesting? I like writing because I'm an introvert, so I think I express myself well in writing. And then it's so many things that you can use and you can manipulate the words to your purpose actually. And I think the trick to this part of this question is for you to be able to put your ideas concisely within the word limit. Meaning you need to learn to summarize your ideas and choose the best words, okay, that will encompass all your ideas. Meaning your vocab lah. So when you put your answers just out into text analyzer, you can see your CFR level, right? And then it also shows you the suggested vocab. Okay, so those are the words that will actually bring you up to the aspired level. All right. So writing should be interesting. It is interesting. Can you get full marks? Yes, you can. Yes, you can with practice, of course. And then, like I said, you should be able to, how would you be able to increase your vocab? It connects directly to our previous component, remember? Reading. What kind of books or what kind of materials do you read? Anything. Anything. Because you might not know what kind of verbs or words that you're going to use for your writing component. All right, moving on. Yeah, this is the marking skill for writing part 1. Okay, just move on. Okay, this is how it will look like on the interface of the exam. You have question, space for you to answer. All right. Okay, same thing here. All right. Try this. No need. Okay. Since we have already tried the first question, we're going to skip this. Okay, simple. Questions are simple, but your answers need not be simple sentences only. Compound, complex, or just complex sentence would be good. I love compound, complex sentence. All right, part 2. Okay, part 2, what is it? An email. You're used to writing emails, don't you? Yes, email to your boss, your friends, family members, relatives. Okay. So you should know the structure of writing an email and the tone of the email. Remember what was the tone for this email just now? Was it formal or informal? Formal. Okay. Not that formal, but yeah, formal enough. Okay. And then you should respond within, oh, sorry. What did I do? Okay. 120, 150 words. Okay. Notes are provided. So you don't have to spend too much time thinking of words on how to construct the response, but how to use those notes effectively. Express how you feel. I like this because when you look at the question and the notes given, you should get that feel. You know, I don't know about you, but to me, like when I say that, yeah, I should feel like, should I be angry? Then when you feel angry, what are the words that come to your mind? Kan? Agitated, I'm frustrated, I'm relieved. Those kind of things that you should use. Not just happy. I'm not sad. Sad, happy are for your students, not for you. Your level, teachers level. What was it? Aesthetic. Yes, aesthetic. But maybe at that time you won't be able to come up with these words. It's okay. Practice and read more. Then it will come to you. Sometimes they're locked in your head. All right, be on topic, yes, as usual. Appropriate register, avoid text message or social media language. Like Dr. Azina, I'm also not that familiar with all these text messages or social media language, but avoid using, bukan avoid, memang jangan, haram. Haram guna yang ada letter, ada number, what not. Lol emoji, ha ha, hi hi, hu hu, jangan, tak payah. No time for you to ha ha, hi hi, hu hu. Alright, so it should be focused on formal writing. Okay. 15 minutes only, yeah, for the email. All right. Okay, email, you need to start with salutation. What are the examples of salutation? Dear sir or madam. If you're not sure of the gender, sir or madam, if you know the name, put there the name, Mr. or Mrs. All right. Okay, this is common ones lah. Okay. Then you start straight to the point. There's a formal email, remember? So I'm writing about. Alright, tak payah tanya, I hope you are in the pink of health, blah, blah, blah. Tak payah. Pink ke blue ke, no need. Go straight to the point, I'm writing about. Normally it's about complaint or whatnot. With reference to. I think these are the things that you already taught your students, kan? In reply to, express my concern, disappointment, disapproval, apologies for. With reference to your advertisement or email dated, blah, blah, blah. Go straight to the point, yeah? Apa lagi? Ambillah gambar. After this, we can see the same style of starting your email. Tak apa, it's okay, practice. Okay, done? Okay, then there must be a reason for you to write the email. Bukan saja-saja, okay? Why? To provide information or to make a request. Normally, these are the things that they would put in the question. Could you possibly, I would be grateful, okay? Ingat, the tone is formal, so you cannot be too harsh. Cannot be harsh at all lah. I was wondering if you could, okay, ada bahasa bunga-bunga sikit. Alright, done? Ambil gambar? Dah? Alright, reason for writing, continuation, to apologize. We apologize, or please accept my sincere apology. To complain, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction. I find it most unsatisfactory. I like to complain about. Straight. See, the intonation of your voice also differs, right? Okay, this is the closing remarks. Thank you for your help. If you require any further information, okay, please feel free to contact me. Please contact us again if there are any problems, if you have any questions. When you put this, please contact us again. Nanti provide lah how is that person going to contact you again. Bagilah phone number yang direka-reka semata-mata untuk ujian. Okay, jangan bagi real punya. Email ke, contact number, right? Or else it doesn't make sense. You ask me to contact you again but you're not giving me the details. All right, immediate attention. If you require any further information, all right. I like this one. Should you need any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay. I look forward to your reply, to hearing from you, forward to seeing you. Okay. These phrases, kan? I look forward to your reply, to hearing you, to seeing you. Yang ni selalu kita buat salah. Why? Look forward is actually a phrasal verb. So bukannya look forward to see you. Actually look forward to hearing. It has to be ing. Yeah? We hope that we may continue to rely on your valued custom. Okay, look forward. Signing off. Oh, terlalu cepat. Sorry, lupa. Kan this is my favorite component kan. So short sendiri lah. Okay. Do you need the previous page? Okay dah kan? Alright. Okay, so signing off. How do you sign off? Bye-bye, tata, titu, tutu. Tak, no. Last but not least, no. Sincerely, lovingly yours. Ooh, no. With regards, okay, good. Yours faithfully. Okay. Kalau tak tahu nama orang tu lah, use yours faithfully. Or yours sincerely, very formal kan? Formal and neutral. Okay. Best wishes, yes. And then best regards. Okay, simple. Dia tak ada banyak-banyak, tak payah kreatif sangat kat sini. This part no need to be creative, but because it is email kan, so you need to have all those salutation, opening and whatnot, and then penutup, closing. Okay, dah ambil gambar dah? Dah. Okay, part 2. Ready? Okay, write and improve. Okay, at the write and improve just now, there is a code here. Kejap.
Scroll down. Go to write and improve. Scroll down until you see join a workbook. Scroll down until you see join a workbook. Okay, click. All right, it will request for an invitation code. Okay, now back to this. Okay, key in the invitation code.
Boleh? Don't start yet. I will time you this time. 4CGNNN3Q. Dapat? You're in the workbook now? Not yet? 4CG NNN3Q. You're good? All good? If you're good, flex your fingers. You're gonna type as fast as the devil. Okay, 15 minutes. Your mind is an email, it's a formal email. The salutation must be there. Closing and whatnot, signing off. All right, 15 minutes.
Don't come up with new ideas. Maintain the idea. I tak nampak dia punya entry. Kita tak kasi kita tak boleh masuk juga lah kan. Timer. Dia 3 parts, so this already part 2. Part 2 suruh dia buat satu lagi, satu lagi sebenarnya. What they can do is, what you can do with them now, if they have not achieved C1, ask them to relook at that same essay, improve it. Check again. Yes, check. How can I improve this? And see how the activity has tried to improve it. And then finish.
3 minutes. Run. Run. 3 minutes. How do you normally write an email? Ada paragraph kan? That's how you type more than 150 words. So just a plain note. Okay, tak terlalu sikit tak apa. Kalau 184, okay. The thing is, you don't want it to extra time. If you're fast, it's good. But the synchronization of your mind here. All right, conclude your last sentence. Signing off. All right, that's it. Fingers down. Fingers down. Okay, so how do you feel? Submit. Please submit, yeah? Submit and check. Ada kan? Submit and check. 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 Yep. Click on the check box and then you'll get your answer, your response. Top right hand side, you'll see your result. The level of your CFR. Ada? C1? Good. C2? C2, C2. What is that? A badge. They got a badge, do they? Delete the badge, whatnot. Go up. Top right hand. Right hand side, top page. You can see your CFI level. Kecil je. Saja nak buat subscribe letak kecil je. C2. Any C2? C1, yes. B2. Tak apa, it's okay. Now you know your level, you need to up your game. How do you feel while writing the response? That's when you decide, oh God, I wish I had this vocab with me, right? I wish this, I wish that. So it's still not too late, okay? Work on your repertoire of vocab after this. Yep, practice. And if you want to improve, we suggest you utilize all the AI apps that you have free on your laptop, or if you haven't downloaded any free AI apps, please do so. Select your response just now, copy, paste into the AI. It could be Claude, it could be AI, ChatGPT 4.0, whatnot, and write the prompt, rephrase this response to match CFR C1 level. See how AI help you to improve on your response. Okay, but your prompt must be clear. Level CEFR C1 level. Please refine these sentences of my response to get to match CEFR C1 level. Put there, send to AI. AI will give you the response. I like to use Claude because Claude will give you the explanations why certain changes are done to your text. Claude, C-L-A-U-D-E, Claude. C-L-A-U-D-E. I have it on my desktop and on my laptop as well as on my handphone. C-L-A-U-D-E. Claude. Claude AI there. Claude AI. Kalau dah guna apprehensive ke anxious, tak payah dah repeat anxious lagi. I'm a bit agitated. I'm a bit frustrated. All those things lah. Okay. Try not to repeat your vocab more than twice. Minor errors in punctuation and spelling occur. All right. Try to limit your uses of British spelling, not American spelling. British spelling. Range of cohesive devices. Yep. Okay. Basically, you got it right lah just now. From what I can see from your answers, you have the cohesive devices. But try not to be a bit about the bush. Go straight to the point because you don't have time. Okay? All right. Practice 2. One more. Go back to your write and improve page just now. Join workbook again and key in the code YW3T7KGR. Susahnya. York, Washington 3, Tango 7, Kangaroo, G is what? Genghis, and R Rainbow. Okay, boleh masuk? Boleh? Sabar. Flex your fingers. Tarik nafas. Sekejap. Tarik nafas. Set. Sekejap, belum. Ada. There are 2 questions there. 3 questions. There are 3 questions. Okay, choose one. Okay, either one. There are 3 questions on the page. Choose anyone. Choose anyone that you like or you prefer. Mana yang rasa boleh goreng-goreng tu, pilih yang tu lah. Ready? 50 minutes starts now. Get ready to conclude your last sentence, your last idea. Check. Check kan. Okay, thumbs up. Check your response. See where you are now. Jeng jeng jeng. Suspense. Yes. So what do you get? B2. All right. If you can save your response, save it in a Word document so that and then you can, in your leisure time or whatnot, you can improve on it. Or you can ask AI to help you improve on your sentences. All right, question. Do you need to write in paragraphs? Yes, please. Yes. Put your points in paragraphs. Okay? Jangan letak semua satu paragraph. Okay? What about your writing mechanics? Do you write close, everything close together? Meaning after full stop, when you want to begin the second sentence, is there space there? Yes. All right. Begin a new sentence with a capital letter. Yes. Ada comma, put letak comma. But don't experiment on new punctuation marks that you are not familiar with. This is not the time to be experimental. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do you do? Have you improved from the previous practice? More challenging? Is there? You're getting the mood now? You're getting the mood? Yes. Sometimes you need to get into the mood for the words stored in your head to be released. Yeah, for it to be released and for you to be expressive in your answers. And for you to add up to the storage, you need to read more, practice more. Okay, not going to spend too much time on this. We need one more practice. All right. Okay. Because Dr. Azina is very kind to all of you, she said for today, this evening, just going to introduce you part 3. You're going to do the practice tomorrow. But that does not mean that's the end for your practice today. Balik rumah ke, on the phone ke, whatnot, on the way anywhere. Utilize the AI apps that we have introduced to you. Practice on your writing, on your reading, and your grammar vocab. All those 3 components today are interrelated, yeah? They don't work, you don't work in silo when it comes to the components. The mock test, tomorrow also. Yeah. If you behave, we won't give so much work for you tomorrow and we might end well. Early. Not going to put myself in jeopardy there because this is a live streaming. So, hush, hush. You know what I mean? Okay, so part 3. What are you expected to do in part 3? Tak habis lagi. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. All right. All right. Part 3. Okay. It's like Dr. Azina said just now, it's a combination of informal and formal kind of tone, but don't go overboard. You need, whatever it is, you need to understand the question and what it requires you to do. Okay, 20 minutes, yeah? Just now 15, now you have extra 5 minutes because the requirement is longer. Write an article. Do you know the format of an article? Find out after this. Okay, write an article for a website that is both informative and interesting. We don't want any boring article. Okay, notes about the topic are provided. Use the information and you need to write between 180 to 220 words. Some of you have already reached those word count when you did practice 2 just now. Don't worry. But you need to brush up on your vocab and the choice of words that you use. Make your article informative and interesting. Of course, this is what you've been telling your students, can plan. Because you don't have time to do draft 1, draft 2, draft 3, so you need to plan well. If you have time, draw a mind map. Okay, kalau sempat, kalau ada masa. Because during the exam, you will only be given a piece of paper. Okay, you cannot bring any books inside, yeah? You can only bring your pen or pencil and your slip kehadiran, something like that. Sometimes depends on your test center. Kalau test center tak nak bagi kertas, slip kehadiran, yang itu jugalah yang you all akan contek untuk reading, speaking, whatnot. If they have extra paper for you, they can give you extra paper. But you cannot bring any paper inside. And whatever paper that you use to doodle and whatnot, leave it in the test center. Tak boleh bawa keluar. Alright? Draw a mind map if possible. Then use WH questions. What, where, how, why, how now, brown cow. List out your points coherently. Jangan in your rush nak apa write down your points to the point, apa benda aku tulis, aku pun tak boleh baca. Susah. You'll be wasting time. Okay, revise and edit. Read through the article. Read again and again. Okay, take time to read and understand the article first. Okay, and once you have written your answer, ask whether you have answered the question or not. Look out for grammatical errors. Spelling, yes, spelling. British English. Writing, how do you spell writing? Single T or double T? Single T. Sometimes benda macam tu pun kadang kita terlupa kan? Delete any unnecessary information. Make sure paragraphs are well linked and work on intro and conclusion if necessary. Okay, the marking scale there. Okay, response is not interesting. Correct use of the input, mostly original text. The features are complex grammar constructions, used accurately, minor errors. Okay, see, you can still do some errors, commit some errors, but minor. Tak boleh banyak-banyak. Range of vocab used, awkward or slightly inappropriate lexical choices, acceptable. Minor errors in punctuation, spelling, range of cohesive devices, macam biasa. Okay? Okay. Dr. Anna? Tomorrow, right? Okay. Okay, with that, I pass it over to Dr. Azina.
All right, so tomorrow morning when you come in, switch on your laptop, immediately go to write and improve. Okay, so tomorrow morning we'll start straight away with the practice of part 3. And then once we are done, we'll take a short break before we start the mock test. Okay? All right. Okay, thank you everyone. Back to Puan Fatin.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Azlina and Dr. Mimi. Before we go off, there's going to be 3 things that I need to remind you. The first one, who haven't signed your registration for afternoon session, please do so after this. The second one, your empty bottles and paper cups, tissues, you can throw it at the back. And the third one, I'll be sending you a link for your feedback for the first session up to the last component. So if you have any inquiry that you want to ask, so just put in the Google form. We are going to discuss with the doctors tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, you can go. Have a safe journey home. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow at tomorrow sharp at 8. Thank you. Cheers.